Friends, you have already studied final account in 11th and 12th standards. In 11th standard, you studied sole trading final account. Then 12th standard, you studied partnership firm final account. Now you are in FYBCom and you are going to study manufacturing final account. Manufacturing final account is nothing but we can say that it is a final account of manufacturing organization. Those organization they are doing manufacturing business. They have their factory and they are producing the various kinds of goods. Such organization when they prepare their final account, so what will be the treatment, what kinds of accounts they will prepare, that we are going to learn today. So here I share some notes to you. I already shared the final account of manufacturing concern. And in our accounting, we have to prepare separate account and the name of the account is manufacturing account. We will prepare manufacturing account. These are separate account we will prepare. So these things you have to keep in mind. We have to prepare manufacturing account. You are aware about the trading account, you are aware about the profit and loss account and the balance sheet. Generally you prepared in the last 2 years. You aware about, but you don't know the manufacturing account. Now manufacturing account prepare, it is prepared by the concern in the large manufacturing concern. Manufacturing account and trading account we have to prepare separately. These things you have to keep in mind. Whenever we have to prepare our final account, we have to prepare separately manufacturing account and trading account. Manufacturing account deals with all cost and expenses of the manufacture. These things you have to keep in mind. Why we prepare to find out the cost, to find out the expenses related to the manufacture. Trading account deals with finished goods and manufacturing account deals with cost and expenses. Now, expenses related to them showing the cost of manufacture. It is considered as a cost of manufacture. The manufacturing account we have to prepare and we have to find out the how much cost occurred manufacturing the goods, and for that purpose we will prepare manufacturing account. The cost of goods manufactured shown by the manufacturing account is transferred to trading account. So whatever cost occurred, such cost we will record it in our manufacturing account, and such total amount of the manufacturing account we will transfer to trading account. So whatever total occurred, it is considered as a cost of manufacture. It is considered as a cost of manufacture. Now friends, how we will prepare the manufacturing account, that we are going to discuss right now. Is a pro forma of manufacturing account, and it is very important to study the pro forma of the manufacturing account. Sometime in our question we will ask short note on manufacturing account. Now whenever we have to prepare the any particular final account problem, we have to prepare the solution. So first we should prepare manufacturing account, then trading account, profit and loss account, and balance sheet. Now, as you are aware about the trading account debit side and profit and loss account debit side expenses we will record it. You already recorded, you already studied. Trading account expenses are called as a direct expenses, and profit and loss account debit side expenses are called as the indirect expenses. Same way, in manufacturing account debit side, we have to put expenses. We have to write overheads, expenses. The debit side, we will record it all cost which is related to the manufacturing particular goods. Now, first expenses debit side, we have to record direct material. Direct material means the material which is used for manufacturing purpose. It is a raw material. How we will calculate the opening stock of the raw material? The previous year closing balance we will consider this year opening stock. Then add purchases during the year. Purchase, we have purchased some material in our current year. It is recorded as a purchases. Then we have to carry our purchase material from marketplace to factory. It is called as a carriage freight inward. We have to purchase material from marketplace to factory, and this carrying amount, transportation amount, we can say that carriage freight inwards, and it is also added to direct material. Some of the material which is not good, which is rejected, and some material rejected, it is deducted from our direct material. Closing stock of raw material also deducted. The rest of the value, we can say that it is a direct material. After that, we have to write direct wages. Wages we have to pay to the worker. Those workers who are directly related to the production. Those workers who are directly related to the production manufacturing activities. Such workers, company or organization pay the wages. Such wages are called as a direct wages. Sometimes we can say that it is a direct labor. It is direct labor. Now, salary of the work managers. Works means factory. These things you have to keep in mind. Works manager means factory manager. They appointed, company appointed factory manager. They are paying the salary. So this factory manager's salary, we can say that it is cost of the manufacturing. Then in our factory, we require power, we require electricity, water, such kinds of expenses related to the manufacturing, and such expenses we have to debit it. Fuel we required for our business for manufacturing purpose. Machine we have to use, and machine required fuel, and such fuel we have to debit it as expenses. Now, in our factory, we will use plant and machinery. We will use land and building, factory land and building, factory plant and machinery, and such depreciation on plant and machinery, depreciation on factory land and building, it is recorded debit side of the manufacturing account. Insurance of plant and machinery, factory land and building, it is related to the factory. Plant and machinery available in our factory, and we will take the insurance. Land building of the factory, also we will take the insurance. It is the expenses of the factory. So we can debit it in our manufacturing account. Then factory rent, factory taxes, royalty on production, design expenses. These are all related to the factory, and we will record it debit side. Then friends, we have to show work in progress, work in progress opening stock, work in progress opening stock we have to show. debit side. Work in progress means those material which are in process to produce a goods. Material which are in process, which are in those material which are not a finished goods and which are not a raw material, but it is in process. So we can say that work in process or work in progress. The opening stock of work in process WIP, opening stock of WIP debited, and closing stock of WIP credited. Closing stock of WIP credited. That you have to keep in mind. Then sale of scrap, credit side we will record it. Scrap means the those material, those items which are not used and we have to put as a scrap. If you sold this scrap, the whatever income generated, it is recorded manufacturing account credit side. Then after that, friends, we have to added this, and this debit side total we have to deduct two items, sale of scrap and work in process. So rest of the value will come, it is considered as a cost of manufacture goods. Cost of manufacture goods, the debit total minus sale of scrap minus closing stock of work in progress, rest of the value will be considered as cost of manufacture goods. And this amount we will transfer to trading account. This amount we will transfer to trading account. So I hope you understood the our manufacturing account, how we will prepare. It is very important to prepare manufacturing account in our manufacturing final account. First account we should know about, and whatever balancing figure will come. So it is a cost of manufactured goods and it is transferred to where? Trading account. It is very simple. We should know about the what kind of expenses which are debited. All expenses which are related to the factory we have to debit. Sale of scrap we have to credit. Opening stock of raw material we have to consider first, and closing stock of raw material we have to deduct. Opening stock of WIP we have to debit it. Closing stock of WIP we have to credit it, and we will find out cost of manufacture goods. And this amount we will transfer to trading account. Now friends, we know about how to prepare the trading account. Now we should know about the main purpose preparing trading account to ascertain the profit, gross profit we can say that. And sometimes they suffer the gross loss also. The gross profit and gross loss is a difference between sales value and cost of goods sold. Means cost, sale minus cost is equal to profit. Sale minus cost is equal to profit and sometimes loss. The cost of goods sold means what? Cost means opening stock, add net purchases, then freight, then less closing stock. So we will get cost of goods sold. Sometimes we can say that sales minus cost of goods sold is equal to gross profit. Sometimes we have to find out the gross profit. So we will use sales value minus opening stock plus purchases minus closing stock. This bracket value we have to deduct from sales value. We will create gross profit. Sometime we will find out the gross profit by using sales price, closing stock minus opening stock minus purchases. We will get gross profit also. Sometime we have to find out the sale price plus closing stock. We will consider gross profit plus purchases plus opening stock. Then we will get sale price and closing stock. We should know about these formulas also while preparing our final account. How we will find out the cost of goods sold, how we will find out the sales value, what will be the gross profit, how we will find out the gross profit. These kinds of things we should know about while preparing our final account. Okay. Then after that, friends, you should know about the profit and loss account. Profit and loss account, generally you know about how to prepare, but we will discuss. Profit and loss account debit side, we will record indirect expenses, and credit side we will record indirect incomes. Debit side indirect expenses, credit side indirect incomes. Why we prepare the profit and loss account? To find out the net profit earned, or sometime net loss incurred during the year. Sometimes we are suffering the losses, sometimes we will suffer earn profit. And for that purpose, we will prepare profit and loss account. We know about, you already studied debit side expenses, generally office expenses we will record it, all kinds of selling and distribution expenses, office and administrative expenses we will record it, and selling and distribution expenses also record it. Credit side we will record it other incomes. Now let us discuss first administrative expenses. Administrative expenses, it means expenses related to the administration, admin expenses, expenses related to the office expenses, we will record it in our profit and loss account debit side. Now, for example, general manager salaries, office salaries, rent, rates, taxes related to the office. It is an office expense. Office insurance, lighting telephone expenses, postage, office traveling, depreciation on building. It is an office building. We discuss in the manufacturing account depreciation on plant and machinery because it is related to the factory. Now these assets related to the office. Therefore, depreciation on office building, depreciation on office furniture, depreciation on office equipment, we will record it debit side of the profit and loss account. Then after recording all administrative office expenses, then we will record selling expenses. Expenses which are related to the sales. Expenses which are related to the sales. We will record in our profit and loss account debit side. For example, salary to the sales staff, commission to the agent, telephone and telegraph related to the sales, postage, resale, printing, stationery for sale, traveling and conveyance for sale, bad dates, sometime advertisement, publicity. Then after that, we will record it sales promotion. So these are all expenses we will record in our debit side. Then after that, depreciation, depreciation on building, depreciation on furniture, machinery, then depreciation on other assets, then salesman commission. Then after that, freight, insurance. These are the outward warehouse expenses, rent, rates, taxes for godowns, packing, forwarding, delivery van expenses, depreciation on use of godown. So these are the all expenses we should write in our debit side of the profit and loss account. We should know about the expenses related to the bidding, go down equipment, go down furniture, all kinds of expenses we have to show debit side. Now credit side, what kind of expenses we have to show credit side? Yes, any idea? It is indirect expenses. It is indirect expense. For example, other incomes, commission, then after that, interest received, dividend received. These are the expenses we have to show credit side of the profit and loss account. Now, what we have to find out? We have to find out net profit. See friends, these you are the FYBCom, and in our college last year's 80 students exam is going on. Even the MCom students also exam going on. Hello. See friends, exams are going on online basis. These online exams are going on. And one thing you have to keep in mind, we will arrange your exam also online. Some difficulties are coming. That time they are calling me. Even the SYBCom students, TYBCom students, right now they are taking, appearing the exams. MCom students. Last lecture I cancelled some lectures only because of the exams are running, going on, and I cannot take the lectures. Last week also I could not take the lecture because of the this exams issue is there. And online exams there are many problems suffer, and therefore I want to interact them, and I want to they also always call, and I want to solve their doubts. So I hope you understood this profit and loss account. Yes, do you have any doubt? Is there any doubt? You can ask the question. येस, कोणाला काही डाऊट असेल तर विचारू शकता. आपण आज फायनल अकाउंट बघत होतो. मॅन्युफॅक्चरिंग फायनल अकाउंट आपण बघितलं, त्याचा फॉर्म्युला बघितला, प्रोफॉर्मा बघितला, त्याच्यामध्ये मॅन्युफॅक्चरिंग फायनल अकाउंट काढल्यानंतर हाऊ वी विल राईट इज डाऊट करा.
अरे उनके कॉलेज की वेबसाइट ही नहीं है भैया, तुम कहाँ पे हो? किसकी? तो कॉलेज में से जितना एक्टर बाहर निकले ना, उतना अंडर कंस्ट्रक्शन में होगा। ये होगा वेबसाइट, उसका अंडर कंस्ट्रक्शन। कौन सा कॉलेज है? साला खुद बात कर रहा है फोन पे बुढ़वा।
एनी डाऊट? कोणाला डाऊट आहे का ते विचारू शकता.
नो सर.
ओके, तर व्हॉट यू हॅव टू डू. अकाउंट हे फक्त रीड करून होत नाही. हे सगळ्या नोट्स तुम्हाला लिहायच्या. त्याचं PDF मी तुम्हाला ऑलरेडी पाठवलंय. ते PDF ओपन करा, अँड फर्स्ट पेज यू हॅव टू राईट इन युअर नोटबुक. first page you have to write. Then after that you have to write the second page also. Is all profit and loss account how we will prepare, that you have to write. Then after that these things we will directly start the problem. मी balance sheet चा format दिला नाही. I have not given the balance sheet format only because of you are aware about the format. You studied already in 11 and 12 standards. So balance sheet काय असते, asset side काय असते, liability side काय असते, you aware about. We will directly start the problems, but we will not start today. But you should write the first and second page and third page, not the third page, second, first and second page you should write. And all for pro formas you have to write. Two pro formas are there. First is manufacturing account, then after that trading account, small equations you have to write, then profit and loss account you have to write. Then after that we will start our problem from next lecture onwards. Okay, so any doubt is there, you can ask, you can call, sometime you can put on your WhatsApp group also. I will interact with you. Okay, fine, this is enough, our lecture is over.